my side and now you gone. I had you by my side and now you gone. I had you by my side and now you gone. Now you gone. It's like
All right, DynastyRFTV, episode 11. We're back in Columbia, South Carolina with, introduce yourself.
Battle rap world known as Kid Chaos, mostly known as KC, MIA, KC Nia, however you pronounce it. You know, Kid Chaos music is art, basically.
Okay, so in your own words, what would you say that you do?
I'm an artist. You know what I mean? I'm just a creator, and sonically, and using words, I'm as creative as possible. You know, I'm a lyricist, I'm a true lyricist, and I'm passionate about the art of music. So it's not just necessarily just rapping good. Like as I said, sonically, I try to make things sound as good as possible, and as creative and entertaining as possible.
And how did you get your start in the battle world and in music?
Oh man, I'm from Savannah, Georgia, and there's a guy from there named Camouflage. Some people know him, some people don't. And I never met the guy, nothing like that. But you know, just growing up around the area, everybody talked about him. He was like the popular rapper, and he got him attention and stuff like that. So my sister and I started writing, just trying to write raps. And our first raps were to Fuck Friends, that song by Camouflage, Fuck Friends, for our first into that beat. And then from there, I just kept writing. I ran into a dude when I was like 13 named Ken Hawkins. He called himself Feral Streets, Ken Hawkins, and he heard me rapping somewhere. I can't remember, somewhere around the neighborhood in Georgia where I was growing up. And he had like a home studio, and I fell in love from there, man. He made his own beats. I come in there since 13. I've been recording, so I go in there, record him. He taught me everything about far as being honest and true with your music, and kind of honing my craft, being able, you know, to get on the beat and do something creative with a song and stuff like that. He loved harmonies and stuff like that, so I got a lot of that. What I do with my music, I got a lot of that from him. And so yeah, that's really where it started from. And he, being from I think Cleveland, he was really into battle rap. You know, being close, I guess, to up top. That we were in the South, we didn't really know much about battle rap, but I was into it. He first showed me Smack DVDs. I think the first battle I'd ever seen was Murder Mook and Jay Mills, I think. And then from there, I wanted to do that. I'm like, yo, like, help me, goddamn. I want to battle somebody. Like, I want to battle somebody now. So what he used to do all freestyle. So he'll just get older dudes. I was 13, 14. He'll get a 20, 21-year-old. Like, you can't beat this youngin' I got. And we'll go in his booth and stand across the mic and battle each other, freestyle and shit over a beat though. So he'll put a beat on and we'll just sit there and battle, and that's just kind of how I started. So I really started battling and like understanding creatively music and really trying to make dope music pretty much around the same time, around 12, 13. And then that's how it all started, and from there, it never stopped.
Okay, so let's break down, I guess, the two separate sides of you. So starting in the battle world, when you came to South Carolina, you know, how did you get into the battle scene here?
So I moved here originally when I was 12, moved back with my mom, and then my mom sent me back with my dad when I was 13, and then I stayed ever since. And so we lived on one side of town, and then when I came back, he had moved to a different side. So when I was over there, you know, didn't know nobody. I grew up in a household with my mom with siblings and shit. So moving with my dad, there wasn't really nobody around, just him and I. And then, you know, so I go to school, and that's pretty much where I got all my like joking and having fun and all the shit out the way, because I ain't had no siblings in the crib, and my dad wasn't really on it like that. So I go to school, and I just be rapping all the time. So in doing all of that, it was like an older guy named Jaso. His rap name was Jason, his real name was Jason Barrett. And he's another one that kind of put me on game. He kind of like took me under his wing. I was a freshman, I think he was like a senior or some shit like that, or a junior or some shit. He was a couple years older than me. And he kind of took me under his wing and kind of really helped me to understand more about being a lyricist and stuff, and that's what they did. They would just kind of sit around and battle each other, but not necessarily battling the way that it is now. It was just kind of, you have a verse, I have a verse, let's see whose is better type thing. It's not necessarily it's a battle, but not really a battle as it is now. But so that's really how that started, just like around the school, when I just never lost. I was just battling everybody. It was like a thing for us to always have like 48, you know what I'm saying, 60 something bars just in your head every day. So if you never use that 60, you was good. But if you ever use that 60, then you always have to get another 60 for the next time something happened. We just having a cipher, it's just time to spit. So, and that's how it was. I was just going around school, battling motherfuckers, and I'd be out at parties, you know, high school parties, house party, big thing. Be out there, somebody see me, oh yeah, bro, we rapping, bro, we battling, and I battle somebody in the middle of the party. Like, that's just how it was, just all through high school. I'm at the movies battling, I'm at school, I'm at house parties, like going to people's neighborhoods, like we was just all over, just battling just because like it was just a thing at the time. Fight Club and Smack started getting more popular on YouTube and shit like that. So it was like, it was started becoming like amongst lyricists, and pretty much everybody at the time would be a lyricist because that's kind of what was popular. So it was like everybody was really trying to rap in some way, shape, or form. And everybody was like trying to see who had the better bars, and that's where it all came from, as far as the battling goes. And then, you know, it's way further into now. But do you want that whole thing, that whole from then to now?
Oh no, we'll get to it. We'll get to it later.
Yeah, that's the beginning as far as high school and shit.
Okay, and with music, I guess you spoke on the first song you wrote. When did you get into the studio?
The God's studio was the first time, and I count that because it was like you could listen to it now and the quality was good. I do have real good equipment and it really sounded good, like when he made it. So it was like that was my first studio experience. It was like there at 13 with him, like getting in the studio and making those songs with him.
Okay, and I think everyone would agree that, you know, you do have a unique style. So who do you accredit as your influences on both sides?
Okay, battle rap influences. Probably overall, Lux is the biggest one. Even though Lux isn't like that now. Like the last couple of years, he hasn't been like an influence of mine. But we talk about like initially, when I saw Murder Mook and I think J Mills first. But then when I saw Lux and Mook, that was it. Like Lux was my guy from then on. Like I thought Lux was just like the best ever. So like it's kind of hard to let that go. But as far as now, Pat Stay is definitely influence. I like Calico. He's somewhat of an influence. Hollow the Don, definitely an influence. JC was at one point a real big influence, and then I kind of started getting annoyed with his style. So right now, it's more of the well-rounded people. That's who, as far as battle rap, that's who I really like, is those people who are well-rounded, who you just really don't fit into a box. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Pat Stay, Hollow the Don. You feel what I'm saying? Those type of people, like Iron Solomon, like I really fuck with those people. You feel what I'm saying? Like who are more multifaceted than most. You know, as far as their abilities within battle rap.
Okay.
You know, they're a little more advanced than just a gun bar, just this and just that, like well-rounded, dope battlers. You feel what I'm saying? So those would be one. And you know what I'm saying? Not even bullshit. I fuck with T-Top. T-Top is hard. T-Top is hard. T-Top shit is fire. Man, it ain't too. Well, at one point he ain't battling no more, but Remy D was a big influence too. He don't battle as much anymore, but Remy D used to be a huge influence of mine because of his wordplay. Just the way he could put words together was crazy to me. So Remy D was a big influence at one point as well. But like I said again, as of right now, probably the biggest is like Pat Stay, Hollow the Don, Iron Solomon. Probably them three right at the top right now, as far as influences and battle rap.
Okay, and so people who know you and are familiar with your work.
Did you want the three musically?
Oh yeah, music too.
Yeah, I just thought about that. And musically, three biggest influences. Number one, musically, Michael Jackson. Number one. Number two, Eminem. And number three, probably Kanye West. Like, I feel like if you mix all of them, you get pretty much what my music is. You know what I'm saying? You take Michael Jackson, Eminem, and Kanye West. I feel like it's a good balance of what makes me me. And if I can add in another one, Tupac. But that's more of a personal thing than maybe musically, but still Tupac.
Okay. Now, people who are familiar with your work, and like I said, they'll give you a credit for being a unique, outside the box. But to you, what about you makes you different from other people?
That's a good question. I feel like the main thing would probably be my passion. Like, anybody who talks to me, you're around me for a good amount of time, you talk to me, you know that this music shit is real to me. Like, this artistry, this art form of rap, period, it means the world. And I think it shines through in my music. I think in all my music you can feel the passion in whatever I'm discussing. So I feel like I bring a passion to music that is really not prevalent anymore. It's too cool. Music right now is cool. Like, everybody's cool. We all get bitches. We all get money. It's cool. Like, and don't get me wrong, it's vulnerable, but it's still vulnerable in a really cool way. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are more vulnerable now thanks to Drake and Kanye West, but it's still vulnerable in like a kind of a cool way. I feel like I'm a little more vulnerable in like a very passionate way, and very no holds barred. This is me, and I feel strongly about this. I feel like that's definitely one of the biggest things I bring is that level of passion.
Now, what do you love more between battling and making music?
Music. Yeah, music just gives me a completely different feel. Battle rap, essentially, it's a competition. And to win said competition, there's a certain way you have to go about it. It kind of puts you in a box. You know what I'm saying? Music is a little more free than I feel like what battle rap is. Battle rap, at the end of the day, I need to demean you as much as possible. At the end of the day, I can't necessarily have a message when I'm battling and come out the victor. I can have a great round, but essentially people really look at it like, well, he wasn't really even talking to him the whole round. And this dude was talking about killing his mom the whole round, so gotta give the dog talking about killing his mom, even though dog round. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, kind of puts you in a box as far as what you can say. You can, you know what I'm saying? You can have your creative ways, kind of like what I did my third round against Rello. You got your creative ways to kind of add in other stuff and kind of give another perspective on stuff that means something. But essentially, battle rap is kind of straightforward. You know what I'm saying? As far as how to accomplish the goal. Because at the end of the day, it's a competition. It's not a cipher. It's not a poetry slam. It's a competition. And poetry slam can be a competition too. So maybe that was a bad example. But yeah.
Now, what is it that keeps you going aside from just your passion? Like, what about it? Like, what keeps you motivated and, always striving to get better and get to what what your goals are?
It's my destiny. I don't see. There's nothing else I can do. I have no other purpose. I was put here on earth to use my talent the way that I'm using it. To give perspective, to give understanding, to educate and entertain and give empathy through my music. And that's what keeps me going. Like, I'm passionate about it, of course. I love it to death. I love music. But at times when I've thought about giving up and thinking maybe this might not be for me, I just, start running things back in my head. A lot of different things that occurred throughout my life, and just things that I feel is like, nah, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is my purpose. Like, this is not a fad. This isn't something I want to do to get attention or get money. Of course, I want money and I want attention from it. I mean, that's pretty obvious. But it's not the main goal for me. It's never been the finances. Like, I want to be financially stable. If I'm stable, my kid's good, we can live a comfortable life and all that, but I'm respected as fuck in rap, I'm cool. But if I want to be rich as fuck, but my legacy will be looked at as Soulja Boy, I don't want it. Like, I know the cool thing now is I'd rather have money than fame and shit like that. And that's cool, but I'd much rather have my name go down in history in a very positive way than be super rich.
Now, speaking of your name, well, your moniker, part of your moniker, the God. Can you explain that?
The God, it essentially started as a joke, to be completely honest. I was joking with somebody on the post one day, and I just said, like, yeah, y'all might be top tier, but I'm the God And then it kind of perpetuated for a while, and it kind of grew, and then it became like a something that I started owning in a sense. Like, you know what, like my path, and as conceited as it sounds, my ability is not that of the average. And I don't mean average as an average human being, I mean the average person at the top. If you take the top rappers and average them out, my ability surpassed that. So at that point, what does that make me? You know, as far as my abilities are concerned. And then also in a more existential sense, when you think about just period, like I am a God. You know, you are a God. We are all gods. We are in control of our own destiny. We can create, shape, build, and destroy life at our will. As long as we believe in it, then everything that we do, you know, is on that path to whatever it is we wish to accomplish. So with all of these things combined, I was like, yeah, I'm the God. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't mean this as I'm God. You know what I'm saying? It's more like I'm a God. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm the God. You know what I'm saying? Like there are a lot of gods, but when it comes to this craft, this music, I'm the God. You know? And I stand on that. You know, creatively.
Okay, so before we get back to your music, let's go back to battle rap. You were one of the first people in South Carolina to get a PG. Can you just talk about, I guess, your past PGs and what you have coming up?
Well, yeah, in 2015, I had my first PG. So if I'm not mistaken, I was the second guy from South Carolina to ever get a PG. And I got my first one in 2015. I battled MVP Go. That was his name at the time, MVPGO. MVP Go. And that was he was like hit me and holler homeboy, and battled him, beat him, and then didn't have another PG until 17 when I battled out for the cow. And then after that PG, now damn, so it's like every 2 years I get a PG. So it's 15, then 17, now in 19, I'm back for another PG against Street Hams next month. You know, so both PGs were won, by the way. Like I smashed Street. I'm going to smash Street Hams. Pause if necessary. But I'm gonna I beat dog shit down MVP leg. I beat dog shit down out for the cow leg, and you know now I'm beat shit down Street Hams leg. Let's see what happens then. You know what I mean? I don't lose. So
speaking of PGs, and you briefly brought this up earlier. What made you, or I guess what made you create that third round for Rello when you battled battle rap?
I want y'all to imagine that I'm no longer battling Rello because he's already passed. In fact, for the next few minutes, I want y'all to imagine that I'm battling battle rap. Okay, all right? Oh, bitch, you stupid. I can't believe bitch, you stupid. I can't believe that it's coming to this. Cause I'm seeing some funny shit now that you got new people you fucking with. I may be wrong about what's wrong, cause it's a different era from the Smack DVDs, but I've come to grips that these leagues that you cuddle with, you should've got a prenup, cause shit, they only want your ring without the covenant. You don't see the sucker shit? You don't see the sucker shit? Nah, you let it fly. And that's why we got fucking issues right now. You have not produced one potential legend in years. And these new guys seem to not have figured it out. They all got similar sounds, talking about gripping the pound and spitting off rounds. It's like these new dudes invented the sewage system. One person started talking about dumping with the pipes, and everybody just ran that shit through the ground. I mean, this shit is foul. This shit is foul. Because who you were and how you are two separate actions. Hold on. Because who you were and how you are two separate actions. Because legend has it in the past, you only accept the passion and hell of talent, but now it's changed. And I bet it happened when you started accepting cash. That shit set us backwards, because now it's about who's the more clever actor, not better rapper. I mean, you accepting that shit? You accepting that shit? I mean, I can't blame you for letting these lame dudes come and change you, but I paid dudes that cost me a lot, and I don't discount because I'm still trying to save you. I slaved you, your every whim, just to try to obtain you, but you wouldn't let me braid you. Come in here, style, and rock this platform the way it was made to. That was fine. but you wouldn't let me braid you. Coming here, style, and rock this platform the way it was made to. I chased you, gave you everything I had on the stage to show you I remained true, and they knew in the state you only had me to claim you. Even if it would break me, I was looking for my breakthrough like a sprain to my ankle. My soul embraced you. But now I hate you. Like a sprain to my ankle. Part of my soul embraced you, but now I hate you.
I kind of wanted to kind of touch on my frustration with battle rap, because as I was writing for Rello, I was realizing I was saying some of the wildest shit. Like as I'm writing, I'm like, I'm coming with the craziest shit. I'm like, at the end of the day, I didn't really even gonna fucking care, because it's not necessarily exactly what they want to hear. So are they gonna care? Like they're gonna react. It's gonna be crazy at the moment. Will it live? Will it be mortal? Or will it be divine? You know, will it die? Will it live forever? And it seems like to be dying out. You know, with just great content doesn't seem to stick as much as it should. So that was the purpose of my third round. Like, man, let me discuss my frustrations with battle rap. Like, and then I feel like also just discuss my frustrations in the sense of how much I've given into battle rap on a small level. You know what I'm saying? South Carolina local level. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I've done so much with battle rap as in general, but I feel like for our state, I've done a lot. You know what I'm saying? I've done a lot. I've done a lot of trailblazing. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like battle rap hasn't really done anything back for me for those efforts. So that was kind of like my way of kind of, you know what I'm saying, speaking my truth a little bit. With also trying to give perspective to the crowd, you know what I'm saying? Trying to insert a message within this craft. Hopefully it can translate, you know what I'm saying, and not bore people too much.
Okay, so to transition now into your music, can you talk about the creative process going into making your videos?
Usually, whenever I make a song, I instantly envision a video in some way, shape, or form. But usually what all boils down to, of course, the song comes before the visual in most cases, and I'm pretty sure any case you can think of. But when it comes to the video, I hear the song and I try to think of the best way and creative way to get out whatever message I'm trying to convey in the video, in the song. So whatever message I'm trying to get out in the song, I'm trying to exhibit that within the video, but in the most creative way that I can think of. You know what I'm saying? I think about what has been done and I try to avoid it. Okay, so if you made a song, somebody made a song about this is usually how the video goes. Let me steer from that. How do I get this same thing and possibly generate a different conversation off the same source material? Because there's nothing new under the sun. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna talk about love, I'm gonna talk about losing love, I'm gonna talk about death, I'm gonna talk about life, and these things have all been discussed. What new air can I breathe into the conversation? Sonically and visually. You see what I'm saying? So sonically I do that when I'm writing and when I'm creating the harmonies and all these things of how I want the song to completely come together. But then visually I'm doing it with, okay, this song is about this, how is the best way to get this message out visually? For me, what is the best way to get it out? And then that's, you know, usually what starts the brainstorming that leads to the video.
Okay, so let's talk about a couple of videos specifically, and I guess the meaning / message behind them, starting with Makaveli Complex.
But who can fight with this brood inside him since youth is like it's my honest to God intentions to take steps right. Then I do mental contradictions in the same breath like I gotta respect women, these hoes ain't shit. And I'm not gonna say nigga, these niggas straight bitch. Not going back to jail, but need a great lick, man, that shit'll make sense. But I gotta make sense. Wait, sit, man, this ain't Chris. I quit, let them just sit and blah, 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 blah. Fuck that shit, I'ma touch that hip and then bust that clip like fa, 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 fa.
Ah, damn. Alright. That's my shit, by the way. That was my favorite video for a while. Makaveli Complex. It's the song, and I don't want to ramble on too long, but the song essentially describes Tupac. I already said like, he's a heavy influence of mine. And I feel like Makaveli, of course, was a moniker of Tupac's. And I like to think that he had a somewhat complex of wanting to do right, being this very positive guy, at the same time being prone to impulse, being prone to fuck these fuck niggas, da, 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 da. But at the end of the day, you know Tupac's heart was pure. You know You know, he really did care about his people, but he would have those moments where it's like his conditioning, he struggles with getting out of, like, I think as we were discussing off camera, you know, the black man not necessarily being your enemy. You know what I'm saying? When, you know, I know we've been bred to think that we are each other's enemy, but we're not. And I think he struggled with that. And so that's where I wrote the song from, because that's a struggle I often have myself. So, you know, I related with him in that sense. And so that's when the video came in. The video, you know, you see the whole time it's like me, and it's supposed to be the other guy's supposed to be like the opposite of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm in white, he's in black. He's the yin to my yang, or however the expression goes. And he's the evil. I'm the purity. And it's the struggle between who's going to win, and that's we're playing Russian roulette, because it's really just a game, because essentially I can't tell you who's going to win out at any given time. It's like a game of Russian roulette. And whenever this situation occurs, however it happens can go either way. And that's what the Russian roulette is for. And then at the end, you know, that's why the ending is more ambiguous, because you don't necessarily know exactly who wins. You see me and the other version of me reaching out for the gun, you just hear a gunshot, necessarily don't win. Because that's not really the message, in a sense. The more the message is just to understand the duality that lives within people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard for people to believe that I can sit here and be like, I love my people, I love my brother. I'm like I got love for my brothers. Then at the same time, if somebody tried me, I'm gonna shoot them in the face. Like, it's hard for people to think, because we live in a society where it's like you have to be this or have to be that. So it's like, I don't think, like, I feel like that was a more subtle message to society in that song. Like, there is a duality that exists within people. You know what I'm saying? Like people aren't always one way and always. Now, of course, the core of who you are is never going to change. But there are some people who do believe in something, and sometimes they struggle with that belief. That doesn't mean that they're negative or a bad person. It just means they have Makaveli complex. You know, and that's what the video details. Is just the struggle between both sides and trying to understand it and trying to overcome it.
Okay, and the next one, Two Rows from Jack.
And now I'm left depressed to find my purpose on my own. I guess I'm just accepting death because it hurts too much to know that I don't wanna die, but I can't deal with this no more. Cause I don't have a life if I don't have you as my own. Girl, I apologize, but I can hardly try to cope. Cause what's a life or what's a life if I can never let you go?
That's more about the pain of loss. Shout out to Raven. My lady and I broke up and heard the song, and just the energy within the song, it just stirred me, because it was just like, I felt so dark and down at the same time, so passionate about not wanting that relationship to be over. So that's, you know what I'm saying, that's basically, the video is more of the internal struggle that goes on when you're trying to get over somebody. You know, because in the video you see basically that I have a girl held hostage, and you know, and that's basically it's a figurative show of something. It's a literal show of something more figurative that goes on in your mind when you're trying to let somebody go. Literally, figuratively, that you know, as emotional hold that they have. You know what I'm saying? So with the young lady in the video, it was like I have her hostage because I can't let her go emotionally. And then towards the end of the video, you see me kill myself, and then the camera goes back to her. Her handcuffs and stuff are gone, because what it means is, if you really care about somebody, you know, a part of you is going to exist within them. So to let them go, essentially you have to let a piece of yourself go. So, but an understanding that holding on to somebody who doesn't want to be held on to can hurt them at the same time. So if you really care, do you want to hurt them? It's like, no. So I love you so much, I'm going to hurt myself to be able to let you go. And so that's essentially what the video stands for. That's why it's kind of black and white for most of the video, and then, you know, the color comes back once I pass and let her go. Because it's kind of a display of showing like love isn't quite black and white. I even say it in the song, like, love isn't as black and white as you're told. You know, you love this person, don't love that person. There's so much confusion, so much gray that's within love, and so many colors, so many vibrant, you know what I'm saying, things about love. That's why, you know, at the end of the day, it's when the colors come back, because love is a lot more complicated than being black and white.
Okay. Now, off the top of your head, what are some of your most meaningful songs or lyrics?
Jesus, man. You got some good ones coming. Man, that's a tough one, man, because I feel like I have a few. I know in Resolution, I have a few parts that I really love. One of my favorites being, I gotta get to the part. Yeah. Let's say I have a part in Resolution where I say, but I swear, they hate it for no reason and there's nothing new. These motherfuckers won't fuck with you just because others do. The mind state of a loser who ain't got much to lose, acting as if whatever they lacking is because of you. So when you round them, your aura make them uncomfortable because they got nothing and wanting you to have nothing too. Like, why the fuck is he popping while I'm struggle through? Well, I guess I'm a gossip and spread a couple rumors. And if that's not an option, then I'ma cut them loose. Send the wolves to rob and probably gonna bust them too. But what it do is take it from my vision because bitches rather play victim instead of playing their position. I feel like that's such a very true thing about society in general. How people won't fuck with you just because a lot of people like you. Just because you're well liked or well respected somewhere, people won't like you just off of that. They won't fuck with you just because others do. You know what I'm saying? If other people fuck with you, then it's like, I don't fuck with them just because of that. You know what I'm saying? So when you round them, your aura make them uncomfortable because they got nothing and wanting you to have nothing too. Like anybody in that position, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a big part of society. People are down and want to pull everybody else down with them. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like rejoicing and trying to lift up each other when we're doing good, we see somebody doing good and we're like, fuck them. Because they're doing good, simply off the fact that they're doing good, or they're doing good, or they're doing something in a way that I don't agree with. Not necessarily wrong, I just don't agree with it. So it's fuck them. It's not that deep. You know, of course, if what they're doing is wanting to be a pedophile or some shit, yeah, fuck them. But if we talking about like, if this person just wants to be gay, you know what I'm saying? Or this dude just wants to fuck girls. Like, he don't want to settle down. He just want to fuck a whole bunch of girls. Like, I was that wrong. You know what I'm saying? If he's being honest with the ladies, like, I ain't trying to settle down. I'm just trying to fuck. Like, oh, he's a dog. He's a fuck. Like, it's people different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's people different. Or this motherfucker out here getting money. He out here getting money. I'm not getting it like that. Fuck him. What you think of some, man, he always be walking around like he the shit, man, bragging about what he got. Why does him brag about what he got make you uncomfortable? I've never understood that. I've never understood why, like somebody, like, just bragging about how, like, pretty they are, or how much money they got, and people like, that's so trashy. It's only trashy because it makes you feel insecure. Yeah, they can brag about themselves all they want to. That doesn't affect me. How does you being happy or conceited or whatever, having a lot of hubris about what you have or who you are, that does not affect me one bit. Now, if she's saying I'm prettier than you, then yeah, I guess you can take that a certain way. But if they're saying I'm pretty, I got money. Why does that bother so many people? Just because you don't have it. Because if you're bad, if you're a good looking girl, a dude got a lot of money, a motherfucker walking by just saying he got money, he's not gonna bother you. It only bothers the people who are below. So they got nothing, they want you to have nothing too. They don't want you to have. So that's essentially that part to me. I feel like that's very true to society.
Okay. Now let's talk about something else, that your Wednesday wisdoms.
Wisdom.
Oh. Wisdom Wednesday.
Wisdoms. You got it. Wisdom Wednesday. It's the tongue twister.
Yeah. So, you know, what made you, first off, what made you start those?
Stagnation. I was sitting in the crib, me and my girl, we were talking. I'm like, man, I'm not doing nothing. And I'm sitting here and I can rap my ass off, and nobody is like talking about it like they should. And I was like, but at the end of the day, that's on me. That ain't nobody else's fault. You know what I'm saying? I kind of got out of that local rapper mind state of, man, nobody ain't fucking with me. Maybe because I'm putting out a video every year or two. You know what I'm saying? Or battling every 5 months. Like, maybe that might be why people don't talk about me in those 6 months I'm missing. You know what I mean? So I kind of started taking accountability for my career and where I wanted to go. So I'm like, okay, if I don't have the money to do this, and I'm not in a city where like, cause I feel like in other cities you run across like-minded people who aren't about money, who are more about the craft. You don't really find that in Colombia where I'm from. Like, everybody's more worried about money than the craft. Like, I got the iPhone X, I didn't realize it could shoot in 4K. So then I started shooting other stuff. You know what I'm saying? The rest of them in higher quality by myself. And that's really how it all started, just me wanting it. And then it began to be a every Wednesday thing. And then I started feeling like I was doing it too often. Like, I feel like you do want to give them a little time to anticipate your next move, but you don't give them too much time. And I was doing it every Wednesday. And I think I started kind of losing it. And like the one from the week before would kind of be forgotten about as soon as the next week came. You see what I'm saying? I didn't really give it enough time to circulate, so I started kind of spacing them out more. Basically, that's where all the Wisdom Wednesday came from. It came from just me wanting to get back out there and really kind of show my talent and really, because I love the debate. If anybody follows me in my social media, I'm a debater. Like, if there's a topic I feel strongly about, I want to debate it with somebody. I want to exchange perspectives. And what better way to do it than with my craft? I give my perspective on something, Wisdom Wednesday, whatever the topic is, I give my perspective, and people can discuss it from there.
Now, do you have one or two that are your favorite?
Message-wise, like what I say and shit, probably the one about my brother dying. I say some of the realest shit in there, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I express a feeling of despair very well, and a feeling of regret over someone, of a life lost that you didn't quite get to enjoy. I think I expressed that pretty well.
And moving forward, what would you say are your goals or the mission that you're setting out to do?
To entertain, to educate, and empathize through my music. And it's always been like, that's kind of like my mission statement, I guess. You know what I'm saying? To entertain, empathize, educate through my music. You know, because and the empathize comes from that passion I speak about. I want you to feel what I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying? I want you to feel my perspective. And I also want to feel you. You feel what I'm saying? Pause again if necessary. But I also, like the audience, I want to, you know what I'm saying, feel their emotions. I want to empathize with them. I want them to hear my music. I want to do for people what music did for me. You know what I'm saying? When I'm 13, 14 years old, and I'm feeling alone because I moved up here with my dad and I ain't got my siblings around and shit like that. Lupe Fiasco and Kanye West, Eminem, and Michael Jackson, those songs are making me feel whole. They're making me feel like somebody feels the way I do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you don't feel quite as alone if you hear one of your favorite artists. Like, damn, he feels like I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like Eminem said in one of his songs about why he makes music. It's called Save for the Moment. This is one part I fucking love. He's like, or for anyone that's ever been through shit in their lives, till they sit and they cry at night, wishing they died, and they throw on a rap record, and they sit and they vibe with nothing to you but we the fucking shit in their eyes. And that's real. And that literally speaks to exactly why I want to make music. Because it's for that kid who just like, or just doesn't feel it, or just doesn't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like they listen to a martyr and then they feel something. Who am I kidding? Who am I fooling? Like, world, like I know what I'm doing. I'm a slave to the world. You feel that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so please everybody. Don't lean on me. I can't please everybody. Like, people feel that. And I had people hit me up about that song. Like, dog, I know that feeling when it's like you got to wait on your world and nobody gets it. And that's kind of what I want to do. I want to have those people who listen. Like, dog, they say they want Wisdom Wednesday. They don't want my brother. Girls hit me up crying. They don't want about my kids.
Being a father is real. It's paralyzing. It can make you numb. At least that's how part of me feels. All of these fears and thoughts of the tears broadcasted here, streaming down their face when they face the fact that you can't always be near. Or the calls that appear when they talk in your ear. Often it's weird when they come to the realization that you fell into a stereotype that you've been dodging for years. A robber's career, leaving broken homes, the responsibility mostly left up to their mama's the rear. Now I start to appear as an auctioneer. I'm going once, going twice, sold out. Now my heart's commandeered. Now I feel awful and smeared. Cause we as fathers just seek acknowledgement, so I'm speaking partially from the feelings that we be harboring in a co-parenting relationship when you're not the legal guardian. Yeah, financially I'm keeping them strong, but during the week they don't sleep in my home. It says me and their mamas are better off not together. How much can I truly offer my blessings on weekends alone? When they feel weak and alone, they stare at moms to repair their heart because they've compared the odds and have come to grips that at night when a boogeyman come and fuck with them, I can't come scare them off. I swear to God, as God is my witness, this was not my intention to start raw dogging these women, and then when they offer me children, the bond is just different, and now we calling it quits and my son and daughter's a victim, so I'm sorry I'm missing Although I know I'm giving all I can give, it's not how you're gonna perceive it, because y'all are too little to acknowledge the difference between a father who's with you and a father who's dissed you, because all that you get in your young mind frame is that I'm not in the picture.
That's probably my second. It's probably tied actually for my first. The one about my kids and being a father and being not absent. God damn, the words escaping me. And being a present father and being a present father in my children's life, like talking to them and seeing them damn near every day and spending time with them and giving them guidance and coaching them and stuff like that, and not being able to see them and do those things as much as you want to, as much as you feel like you should. And I feel like I had so many women and men hit me up after they heard it, like, bro, I've never heard anybody speak that to me like that. Like, it made me cry. Or, you know what I'm saying? When the case may be, like, I felt that I appreciate it. That's what I want to do with my music. I want people to feel it and to know, like, bro, this, like feel motivated. You know what I'm saying? To feel motivated to get that boost, like, this gonna get me through the day. We all have those moments. You know what I'm saying? We all have those moments or those songs or those people when you having that mood or having that vibe, you just like, and it take you away. You feel what I'm saying? It takes you away from the issue momentarily. And that's what I want to do with my music.
Okay, and one more time for the people who may have forgotten or anything I might have forgotten to bring up. What do you have coming up?
I got a surprise battle coming up soon. Can't tell you the date or where. It's within the next month or so. And then next month, I have a battle with Street M's on Smack URL. And then the Goddess Gospel video is the most important thing. Goddess Gospel video dropping soon. Dropping real soon. I'll give you the link. If you want to support any of the MIA merch, you know what I'm saying, the link could be probably in the description of this somewhere. Follow me on all social media at KCMIA90. At KCMIA90. Yeah, that Goddess Gospel video, that's what I need to be looking out for. Go check out Goddess Gospels on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, all that shit, iTunes. Goddess Gospel by KC Music is Art. And this is an amazing song. If you've ever lost somebody you cared about, not in death necessarily, but you ever had your heart broken or missed somebody that you love and want them back, what I'm telling you, this song is next level. And the video is going to be incredible. So as far as that's what I got right now. I got 2 battles, that video dropping, and then I have a single with Cinderella, my guy, called Lie Again. That shit is fire. I'm probably gonna drop it sometime around May or June. But Lie Again is a song that's incredible with me and Rello. And it's fire. Y'all gonna like it. It's a little more upbeat, a little more upbeat than something y'all may be used to. But I'll let y'all send that to you yet? We can people. I'll let you check it out, tell me what you think. But it's a dope song, you know what I'm saying? It's a dope song. So that's what I got coming up is, 2 songs or a video song coming soon. And then 2 battles coming up. And then just a lot of work. Y'all can get Wisdom Wednesdays. And I'm going to fuck both my opponents up. Like, they both dead. And then after that, just to the music. That's just the main important thing. Battle rap is something I love to do. Because I love that display of creativity without the kind of barriers of like a beat and a pace that you have to keep and stuff like that. You just kind of play with the time that you have, not necessarily the rhythm that you have. So I love the sport. I'm always battling, I feel like, but definitely music is the most important thing. So that's what we look out for most of the things.
Now, is there anything that I might have missed, or anything else you might want to tell the people, or?
Well, not really necessarily like that, but I just want to make sure everybody understands unity. That's the main thing that right now I feel like I want everybody to focus on within the culture, but definitely with our people, is unity. You know what I'm saying? We gotta support one another. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard. It's not hard. If y'all like music, if y'all like some music, tell people you like it. Tell people it's dope. You see somebody going through some shit, talk to them, help them out, man. Like this shit. You see what happened with Nip, and what's happened with XXXTentacion last year and all that shit like that. Like, that shit gotta stop. That shit is pointless because we doing it to ourselves. The jealousy, the envy, and the misunderstanding. That's such a big thing that people downplay. But misunderstandings lead to so much damage, so much heartache, so much families being turned upside down because of simple misunderstandings. Like, we gotta take the time to take our personal feelings out and take accountability for shit. You know what I mean? I'm not even trying to get all super deep. This is outside of really music. It's just speaking to my brain just as a person. You know what I'm saying? This is just something like I really want people to understand, really want to stress to people, like all that shit. Like, we can do that battle rap shit, get on stage and hate each other. I like that intensity, do it. But all that extra shit that we be doing outside, bro, it's us against them. And if you don't know who us or them is, then you don't need to be in a conversation. It's us against them. And so that's what we need to focus on, is that unity within our people. And then taking accountability for our actions. So that'll be the main things that I want to end off with. And I'm the best rapper probably walking the planet. Like, creatively, musically wise, the way I put shit, I'm just different. I'm different. And if you think different, check my shit out. And you won't anymore after that. I don't know what to say after that. Yeah, I mean, so like, you won't, you check the shit out, you ain't gonna think that way afterwards. So, you know what I'm saying? And if you stand in front of me trying to battle me, you're gonna lose, because everybody who has so far has lost. So you're not gonna be the anomaly. You're gonna die just like everybody else. Just accept it. That's what it is. Yeah, man.
Well, all right. Y'all heard it here first. DynastyRFTV, episode 11, signing out.
Hey, listen, I already said I'm no mathematician, but for this equation, the writing's on the wall and dude can solve it. The solution, partner, is do the math. You don't gotta figure out why when you the problem. Stupid, stop it. Oh! Stop it. The fool that's watching you is a true imposter, because I notice how you pick and choose when to be wildin' and when to be silent, because when you win in the battle, you chill this shit. But so emotional when you lose it. See, creatures like you are dead wrong. Because usually we can count on octopus, but he tends to cool off when he got a few legs to stand on. Man goes, I'm wild! I'm wild! You lucky I choked that sucker!
Firstly, let me start with this. I hate all you tricks. What's the problem, friends? It's a lot, but shit, we gotta get to solving them. Because I'm not happy with this job we in, and since y'all have been too weak to notice, I feel I had to call it quits. Fucking bars! Let's start with me. What's with all this shit? Sending unwanted dick pics to all the chicks in your login list like, oh, my schlong is lit. I don't care what she say. She gonna have to fall for this. I will send. Then want to get all hard and pissed when she exposed your dumb ass and now she a harmless bitch. Y'all a trip.
I tried